Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. It's your boy True Inferno. Today's day is Thursday, August the 12th. So, I got a lot of updates for you guys. So, you're probably wondering, why am I doing this type of video outside? So, in case you haven't heard, basically Michigan we have no power. We pretty much have no power throughout most of Michigan. Like a major storm hit yesterday, knocked out power left and right, up and down, all around. So that's why I can't live stream on Wednesday. And there's a good chance I won't be able to live stream the day I'm making this video. So we'll see what's up. They are out there working on it as we speak, or as I'm recording this. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I'm able to live stream on Thursday night. And what I mean by live stream, I mean live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/true_inferno. So we'll see what's up. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know. Now, another update that I have to bring to you guys is this. I announced my newest beat album, the Kyoto Hour Volume 9 Home Stretch. So yes, that has been announced this past Monday. That album will drop Friday, November 19th, no pun intended. So stay tuned to that. It will be available on all online major music retailers, but the best place to pick it up is at trueinferno.bandcamp.com. That is the best place to pick up my newest beat album. Also, I have announced, also Monday, my birthday stream, which will be next week, literally next week Thursday, August the 19th. Now my birthday is on the 18th, but I'm gonna do the stream on the 19th. It will be an 8-hour stream. Again, that would be on twitch.tv/true_inferno. So we're gonna be playing some, obviously, Pokemon Unite. We're gonna be playing some new Pokemon Snap, Mario Golf, Mario Party, Mario Kart. I'm gonna release some new music as part of the Kyoto Volume 9. So yes, you're gonna get the first single during my birthday stream, so don't miss it. It will start at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It will go from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. all Eastern Time, 8 hours straight. So don't miss that, assuming the power's back. More likely the power should be back, but yeah, there you go with that. Now, let's get on to the meat of this video. Since today, we are still in the month of August, and August is the 8th month of the year, and we've been talking about changes that we want Niantic to make, hashtag here's Niantic. I decide that I'm gonna give you guys the 8 changes I think Niantic should make, aside from the distance being increased to reach a pokestop or a gym. So let's start off with number 8. Number 8, nobody really talks about, to be honest, and this one is a bit of a stretch. It's not really a top priority. So we're gonna go from the lowest being the not much of a priority to number 1 being the top priority. So number 8 is the fact, and again, this only focuses on changes. What that means is, like, they should change it from this to this, not remove it, not delete it, or not add it, or anything like that. Those are separate videos for another day. So number 8, the number 8 change that they should make is the amount of Pokemon you can send to Pokemon Home for free. So here's the deal. If it's a shiny, as there's a beep by the camera, if it's a shiny, I think you can only send like 5, maybe 6 at a time. If it's not a shiny, then you can probably send like 10, something along those lines. That needs to be increased, but I think it should be double, because since they increased the amount of Pokemon you can have to like, what, 4,500, you got a lot of shinies under your belt after all the years you've been playing since day 1, or whatever the case may be. So I think they should increase the amount of Pokemon you can send to Pokemon Home for free, because remember, if you want to send more than the amount you are given, you have to pay. So I believe they should change the amount you can send to home. Now again, this is a bit of a stretch. It's not that big of a deal, because if you're really up to it, you can be like, oh, I can do this in the next 5 days or so, and it's boom, you keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it. I admit, I have not been doing that. I'll be doing them once in the blue moon, but despite that, I still think they should change the amount of Pokemon you can send over to Pokemon Home for free. So that's my number 8 change I think they should make. Number 7 is they need to change the raid pool. Now this is not that big of a deal, because they have reduced it a bit, so that's why this is not that big of a deal, but there's still Pokemon in there, and it's like, why ain't it? For example, Alakazam, why is that in the pool right now? It should be Pokemon. Now granted, Alakazam is a Pokemon you can't get in the wild, because there's not a lot of evolved Pokemon you can get in the wild. Alakazam is not one of them, as far as I know of anyway. But there have been Pokemon we've seen in there, and it's like, at the same time, you can still get them in a route. That should never, ever, be the case. So I think the raid pool should be changed, you know, from this point going forward to Pokemon that you know for a fact you cannot get in the route. So the Pokemon that we have been seeing, like the Alolan Marowak, the Alolan Raichus and stuff like that, it's been a minute since we've seen those. Now granted, I got shinies of both of those already, but that's me. The whole world does not fall under me. So they should be in the raid pool. Pokemon like that, they should be in the raid pool. So that's my number 7. Number 6, speaking of the raid pool, so number 6 is kind of tie in with number 7, and that is this. They need to change the shiny debut. So what I mean by that, so Hybrid Mongoose pointed this out recently, and it was actually a good point that he made. Once upon a time, when a new shiny was coming to the game, it would be in the route, it would be community day. Stuff that you can get for free. And they're not guaranteed, by the way. Now, the only way you can get these new shinies when they make their debut is for raids or if we're hatching them from eggs. And guess what? Those cost money. And even though they cost money, they still are not guaranteed. So why? They need to change the shiny debuts, or how they do the shiny debuts of certain Pokemon. They need to change it back to what they was like, yo, just drop them in the route or release them as a part of community days. Because this whole, yeah, we got a new shiny, but you can only get it for raids, or oh yeah, we got a new shiny, but you gotta hatch them. It's dumb, it's stupid, and it proves like where my Niantic mindset is when it comes to these shinies and things of that nature. They really want the money. That's where they're at right now. So they need to change how they do these debuts with the new shinies in the game. Number 5, the amount of gifts we can hold. I mean, at the moment, I think we can hold 20 gifts. Yes, we can hold 20 gifts at this point in time. It should be more than that. It should be more than that. I'm not saying it should be unlimited, because we still got, you know, amount of items that we can hold at a time, but at the same time, I think it should be more than 20, especially since we can now we have up to 400 friends now, and we can only hold 20 gifts. That's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. Now granted, you can always send them out and then go collect more, but at the same time, I'd rather hold, like, let's say 40 and then send those out and then go get some more. Or I could just say, yeah, I got 40, send them out and then call it a day, as opposed to 20 and then going out and getting more. So I say, yeah, the amount of gifts held needs to be increased to like 40, maybe even 30. I'll accept 30 as well, but definitely 40. It should be increased. And again, it's not that big of a deal, because again, we can simply just give up rid of them and then go out and get more. It's not that hard, but still, it's still a pain. So increase the amount of gifts we can hold. Number 4, this one's gonna be very interesting. Number 4 on the list is the effectiveness with the incense. So they recently changed that along with the distance change. So this was a dumb move on Niantic part, because let's be real, incense, like, people would pay money for that. I'm not saying everybody would, but there was a good amount of people who would. I mean, I would do it as well. So, and the reason why, because the incense was great. They were really, really great. So you sitting at home, you chilling, and a Pokemon would spawn every 30 seconds. That's great. Like, that was phenomenal. And again, people would pay money for that. So the fact that they got rid of that to now, you have to be moving in order for a Pokemon to pop up from incense. It's like, oh no, they're terrible now. They're terrible now. All right, we don't need to spend money on those. And then here's another thing. You can also get the incense from doing special research tasks, doing today's tasks, doing some field researches, or because of an event, you'll get that for free, or whatever the case may be. So you can get incense for free. I got incense stacked up. So it's like, do I need to spend money to get incense? No, you don't either, to be honest. So this was a dumb move on their part. They should revoke that change back to what it was, because not only was it good for us, it was good for them. And it makes you wonder, are they really that greedy if they gave that up? I mean, what a concept that is. That's weird to me. Let's move on to number 3. The amount of gifts you can open. So at this point in time, it is 30. And even though that was like one of those changes that they made because of the pandemic, I forgot what it was originally, I think it was 20. So I think they went from 20 to 30. It's still too low, because again, the friendships or the friends list have increased all the way up to 400 rather. So why can we only open 30 gifts a day? That makes no sense. That needs to be honest, I'm gonna probably say at the very least 50. At the very least 50. That's where I'm at with that. I think it should be at least 50. I was thinking 100, but I think at least 50 would suffice. So the amount of gifts we can open should be increased. Now, some of y'all might say, well, because Niantic are greedy, they want you to spend money to get items. I'm like, well, no, that's dumb, because we could just go out and spend Pokestops. Go out and spend photo discs, which is, I think that's what they want us to do, quote unquote. They want us to like walk around, explore, and spend Pokestops and gifts. Okay, that's fine and dandy, but again, this is something I've been saying all this time. Not everybody and their mama trying to go out on an adventure every day, every single minute, because we got other responsibilities. We just want to log in, spend about 5-10 minutes in the game on that one day, and that's it. So I don't need Niantic to say, oh, if you want to get all these items, you got to go out. No, I just want, sometimes I just want to stay home, open gifts. Even though, like, not a lot of people open gifts, but the fact that we could get up to 400 friends list and the amount of gifts we can open is 30, that makes no sense to me, none whatsoever. So they need to change that to at least 50. Number 2 on my list, and this is something I've been saying for years, and they need to get like that egg pool. That egg pool needs to be changed. The egg pool is terrible. So I said this about raid bosses, and I'm saying it here with the eggs. If there's a Pokemon that is spawning in a route, it should not be in the egg pool, unless it's extremely rare, like a Dino. So, because if I'm hatching eggs and I get a Rito or a Talo and they spawn in a route like all the time, what are we doing? Like, why? That makes no sense. And you know, it's stuff like this is the reason why people don't want to get incubators, because the egg pool is trash. It's basically what they call it, a loot box, loot crate, whatever it's called. That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. So if they want to make the egg pool, or they want to make hatching eggs more interesting and more inviting and enticing or whatever, they got to switch the egg pool up, because I should not be hatching an egg and I get a Talo out of it. That makes no sense to me. I think it's dumb. I think it's lame. So they need to switch the egg pool. There should be nothing in there except for Pokemon that are not in the route and extremely rare Pokemon like Dinos. And like I said, just because you hatch a Pokemon, even if they do switch the egg pool up, the shiny still ain't guaranteed. So it still give people, okay, I still have a shot. At least I have a chance to get the shiny that I want, or to get a really good shiny, whatever the case may be, because the egg pool is nothing but shiny possibilities, like really good shiny possibilities. So they need to switch the egg pool up, otherwise I don't see people getting incubators. Number 1, the number 1 thing that they need to change, and this to me, this is like the main proof that Niantic is greedy. And not a lot of people talk about this. And I've been saying this for a while as well, for years actually, and that is this. Let me give you guys the backstory. Once upon a time, you can have 100 coins a day. All you have to do is keep your Pokemon in the gym for, I think it was either 8 hours or 10 hours, whatever the case may be, or keep a number of Pokemon in gyms for a grand total of 8 to 10 hours. So if you have like, let's say 5 Pokemon, right? And you put all 5 in separate gyms, and they stay in those gyms for 2 hours each, that adds up to 10 hours. Bam, you can collect 100 coins that day, whatever the case may be. So I was a gym fiend. Like, I was the ultimate free-to-play player back in those days, because I would have Pokemon and like gyms, like 30 gyms, and I would hold down like 30 gyms a day. It was no joke. I was making 100 coins a day. And it was like, why do I need to put money in the game when I'm getting 100 coins a day, 700 coins a week, 2,800 coins a month? Why should I do that? Like, why should I put money in the game? And then they made the change. I feel like they made the change because of me in that video that I released that tells you how you can pull this off. But they changed it to now, instead of 100 coins a day, it's now 50 a day. But they made it worse. And this is the part that they need to change. The fact that they made it from 150, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it at all. If they change it back to 100, I'll be fine with that. But the fact that it's at 50, I have no problem with it, because that's still 350 coins a week and 1,400 coins a month. I have no problem with that at all. But here's what I do have a problem with: how you collect those coins. So another thing about the gyms back in the day, it was a competitive nature. There was a reason why people would be like, they would be starting beef or whatever if you were Valor, Instinct, or Mystic, because of the gyms. Not because of the raids, not because of some global challenge nonsense, it was because of the gyms. There were gym battles all over the place, and they were fun. Granted, a small amount of them went out of control to the point where it became like fisticuffs and, you know, whatever. But for the most part, the gym battles were fun as heck. They were like one of the greatest things about Pokemon Go back in the day, but because of how you collect the gems, they removed it. Because now, instead of going at it with Mystic and Instinct for these gems, I have to rely on them to kick me out of the gyms so I can get my coins. What type of logic is that? You're taking the competitive nature out of the game when it comes to these gyms, when it comes to these 3 teams. What's the point of having the teams? Like, get rid of Valor, Instinct, and Mystic. If you ain't gonna make, there's no competitive nature with the 3 teams. Get rid of them. Just get rid of them. Keep the leaders, we can call them mentors, but get rid of them if you wanna go this route. Because to me, it made no sense that I have to rely on a Mystic player to get my coins. That makes no sense at all. Because now what's gonna happen, and what's been happening is this. People are creating alternate accounts, which is something that is against tons of policy. But I'm not sure if Niantic would go against that, because if people put money on both accounts, that means more money for them. So, would they really go against alternate accounts? I don't know. But people are creating alternate accounts, one Mystic, one Valor. So Valor goes to the gym, next day, they'll show it to the same gym with the Mystic account, kick the Valor play out so they can get the coins. And it's like that on a daily basis. Or Discords are created, Facebook groups are created, and then there'll be channels or topics in there where they say, yo, kick me out of that gym over there. You know, stuff like that. So that's the thing. So it's really no point in saying, oh, if you want to collect these joins, the other team needs to knock you out of that gym first. That makes no sense. They need to change that up, or really they need to get rid of that part. But they need to change it up to the point where we can just collect 50 coins a day, no hassle, none of that nonsense. But that shows how greedy Niantic is because of that. Not the fact that they lowered it from 150, but how you collect the coins. And I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This boy, New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah. The number 8 change that they should make is the amount of Pokemon you can send to Pokemon Home for free.
Subscribe. Thanks, man. Do it.
After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Lewis the trainer, articulating paint. With my tongue, I done things that people said I can't. Now they rank 'em with the elite, but it's for the people, and victory is part of defeat. Cause when you get back on your feet, then you try again. Learn from mistakes, show 'em that I got what it takes, and I'm dying to win. I'ma hit and move away.